Today's Thursday, already Thursday, and tomorrow will be Friday, and then the weekend. That's great, right? Already Thursday, time goes fast. Okay, today we're gonna read about another story on the gardening. Okay, we are gonna read the book called Peppa Pig and the Vegetable Garden. Let's see. Peppa Pig and her little brother George are playing at Grandpa Pig and Granny Pig's house. They love to help Grandpa Pig in the garden. I guess the Peppa Pig and her brother George is visiting Grandma and Grandpa. And I think they're gonna garden today, plant something today. What are you doing, Grandpa Pig? Asked Peppa.
I am planting seeds.
What happens to the seeds?
They grow into plants. I make a small hole in the ground, put the seed inside, and cover it with earth. Then I water it. Everything in my garden grows from seeds like this.
Look, right? Grandpa is planting the seeds under the ground and cover it with the earth.
Boink!
Ouch,
Says Grandpa Pig.
an apple fell on his head. Peppa Pig and George laughed. Grandpa laughs too. Ha ha.
Look, he says, inside this apple are more seeds.
To grow more apple trees, says Peppa. Oh no, apple fell on Grandpa's head, and they're all laughing because it was fun. It might hurt a little, but it was fun for kids, right? I want to plant the seed, Pepper says. She makes a little hole and puts the seed in it. Then she covers the seed with earth. Grandpa lets her water it.
Now we wait for it to grow,
he says. Look, Peppa Pig is planting the seeds in the ground. He's putting the seed in and cover it with earth. And she is pouring the water on it. Peppa waited. George waits. They wait and wait and wait. It's not doing anything, says Peppa. Grandpa Pig laughs. You have to be patient. See, Grandpa says you need to wait. Now Peppa and George are waiting patiently. See, Peppa's waiting and George is waiting by playing with the toys. Ah, what's this? Says Peppa. It's a monster. Monster, says George. Grandpa laughs. It's just a little snail.
Grr,
says George.
monster.
He likes the snail. Let's play snails, says Peppa. Grandpa Pig finds some baskets for Peppa and George, and they play snails in the garden. They found the snail, and Peppa was so scared. And then Grandpa is sure that it's just a snail. And now Peppa wants to play snail. So they covered their back with a little bit of a basket and crawling on the ground. Look, says Peppa, a butterfly. Why do butterflies love flowers? They drink from flowers, says Grandpa Pig. They drink the flowers' nectar. It's their food. Look at me. I'm playing butterfly, Peppa shouts. George wants to be butterfly too. No, George, I am the butterfly. You can play worm. George doesn't want to play worm. Come on, George, says Grandpa Pig. Playing worm is fun. Grandpa Pig shows George how to lie on the ground and wiggle. Soon, Peppa wants to play worm too. So Peppa saw the butterfly and she wanted to play butterfly. Also, George wanted to play, but Peppa didn't want him to. So Grandpa said, "Why don't we play snails instead, George?" So George was playing snails. And Peppa saw it and it seemed very fun. So she decided to join them. Grandpa plants some more seeds. He drops them on the ground, but when he turns around, a little bird is eating them. Shoo! Shoo! Says Grandpa. So Grandpa was planting the seeds more, but this time a bird came and started eating them. So Grandpa shooed the bird away. And I think before he was planting the tomato, and now he's planting the carrots. Granny Pig comes to see. We need a scarecrow, she says. Grandpa Pig brings Peppa and George to his garden shed. We'll find lots of things in here to make a scarecrow with, he says. He finds sticks, string, some straw, and an old sack. They build the scarecrow, then dress it in some old clothes. Peppa and George paint the face. So Grandma came out and said, "We need a scarecrow." Do you know what scarecrow do? It scares the birds away so they can save the seeds from being eaten by birds, right? So they all went to the shed and found the stuff in order to make a scarecrow. What did they need? They needed something to make, so they found the sticks, string, some straw, and an old sack. So they built it, and then Peppa and George drew the face on it. The birds see the scarecrow. They stop eating Grandpa's seeds. The birds look sad, says Peppa. They must be hungry. Granny Pig brings out the bird feeder. "Lunchtime, bird," she calls. So as soon as Scarecrow came out to the field, birds looked up the Scarecrow and stopped eating. But they seemed very hungry, so Peppa told Grandma about it, and Grandma brought the bird feed with all the food inside for birds to eat. Mommy Pig and Daddy Pig have come. Granny Pig needs blackberries to make a pie for lunch. Everybody wants to help. This blackberry bush has been here since I was a little girl, says Mommy Pig. So Grandma wanted to make a blueberry pie, and in order to make it, you need the blueberries. So they went to the bush And Mom told them it's been there for a very long time since she was a young girl. Mommy Pig climbs up the ladder to get to the berries at the top. Oh no! Mommy Pig falls into the bush. Where is she? Mommy Pig is okay, but she looks like a berry bush. Peppa and George pick berries from the mommy bush. So Mommy was picking up the berries on the bush, and by accident she fell onto it, and now some of the bushes of the blackberries stuck on her head. So Kit, Peppa, and George started picking the blueberries from Mommy's head. Grandpa Pig, Peppa, and George finish picking vegetables for lunch. They make a salad. Granny Pig cuts up a cucumber. I love cucumbers, says Peppa. Yuck, says George. He doesn't like salad. So Grandpa, Peppa, and George picked up the vegetable in order to make a salad. And George doesn't like it. Grandpa has an idea. Aha! He gives George a new plate. Dinosaur, says George. He eats the salad. He likes it. So, because George doesn't like the salad, Grandpa came up with an idea to make a salad that looks like a dinosaur. And George loves the dinosaur. And he started eating the salad. That's a good idea, right? I think that's a good idea. So he likes the dinosaur, so he's eating it. What fun, right? He loves Granny Pig's blackberry pie too. Yum! And the grandma's blueberry pie was finished, and they were eating it. They loved it so much that their mouth is covered with the blackberries. Oh my. But they love it for sure. And they are all laughing and happy. And the end. Cool. And look, now the plants that are planting, the vegetables, I think they're starting to grow. What fun is that, right? I love this story. Did you like it at all? I like it that we can plant and then we can see how it grows. And while we are waiting, you can even do fun stuff. Like what? You can pick up the blackberries to make a blackberry pie. Or you can play around with your friends and you can make a scarecrow to make the birds away from eating seeds. Fun. Lots of activities going on in this book, right? You plant, you make a scarecrow, and you make a black pie, and you enjoy it in the end. Ooh, that's fun. I hope you get to create something fun today too, right? And I hope you eat well and being healthy and be strong. Okay? Have a nice day and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, have fun. Bye-bye.